Hello everyone! Today we are in the kitchen and we are going to do a fun little science experiment. We have dry ice right here. I needed to cool something in the fridge. So we got some dry ice at the grocery store and we are going to talk about what it is and dumping it in some water to see how it goes and how it behaves in water. First safety tip, dry ice is extremely cold. And given it's extremely cold, it can burn you and your fingers if you touch it. Just as much as a hot dish taken out of the oven, you don't want to touch it, right? Same with dry ice, you want to handle it with care. So careful here, I have my hot oven protection for the very cold dry ice. But first, what is dry ice? Dry ice is actually carbon dioxide. Yes, the gas we have in the air, what we talk about, the emission, carbon dioxide. That's what it is, except that it is not at room temperature. It is frozen and extremely, extremely cold to make it to a solid stage. So what happens here if we drop some dry ice? Most of it is in my fridge right now. I need it to cool it down. We have a fridge issue. But what happens if we drop some dry ice in some temperature, room temperature water? Let's see and try to understand the chemistry, physical reaction behind it. What happens when we drop that solid dry ice into room temperature water? So a lot warmer water. Take your guess here and let's watch. So what do you think is happening to the dry ice?
It's melting.
Yes.
It's melting.
Melting? Isn't it cold? So we put dry ice in the water. So the dry ice is very cold
But the cup isn't.
and it's warming up and it's boiling pretty much, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Now
just
it's
so
steaming.
cold. Steaming. Yeah, becoming vapor.
So is it like this is like our
I
humidifier?
wants to have fun, tell her to get some of that and throw it in the pool.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, that would be so cool.
Science experiment here. We are dumping dry ice in the pool. What's happening to the dry ice? Look at that. Yeah, the pool is warm. It's Texas summer, so it's probably 90 degrees. The dry ice is extremely cold. And it's melting, boiling, steaming in there. Yeah, there's not going to be much left cooking. It's just too hot.
I want to touch it.
You want to touch it? Yeah, it actually will burn you. It's that cold that it's going to burn you. I would not touch dry ice with your bare hand. It's very, very cold. It's the same burn.
It is cold.
I know. It's the same burn as too hot. Too cold can burn.
I touched it for a second.
So what happens here? Carbon dioxide is a solid at minus 78.5 degrees Celsius, minus 110 Fahrenheit. So it's solid. And when you bring it in warmer temperature, it goes straight from a solid stage to a gas without even going through the liquid stage. That's called sublimation, but that is all the fog you see here. It is carbon dioxide gas evaporating into the air. And it can have many usage besides keeping things cool in a cooler, in the fridge. That's also what's used on stage in a theater when you see all this fog. It can be carbon dioxide as well. So dry ice is very useful to keep anything cold, and it can hold quite a bit in the fridge. My dry ice here, I had a pack, probably 5 pounds, that held about a day in the fridge. My fridge is not working properly, so it was not as cold as it should be, and it kept it cold for about a day. So the only thing you have to be careful is it evaporates and creates carbon dioxide, because that's what it is. And if you're in a closed space, small space, you can lack potentially oxygen. So you need to make sure your room is properly ventilated when you do all these experiments with dry ice. But other than that, proper safety gears, you should be good. Hope you enjoyed.